inside this range, overnight expansion, then return back to the discount of the range, so returning back to the premium of the range. So we like to target the feel of the gap rather than expecting support. I low-key want to see price feeling these gaps and then pushing lower, much lower into the previous daily low, right? A lot of stocks are there,
Tuesday
and especially
market
getting the narrative from the daily
conditions
chart,
பார்க்கும்போது
right? I
இன்னும்
don't
ஓப்பன்
want to
ஆகல, இன்னொரு
ignore the fact that we formed a wick. Now we have formed a
10
lot of
to
wicks
12 minutes
before,
இருக்கு.
right? We did a lot of
9:30க்கு ஓப்பன்
wicks,
ஆகும்.
formed a lot of wicks
ஆக்சுவல்
before,
யூஎஸ்
but
டைம் இது.
we also treated these weeks as
ஸோ
a gap and then filled
இன்னைக்கு
it,
நம்ம மார்க் பண்ண
right?
வேண்டியது
Aggressive expansion.
வீக்லி
So
பார்க்கும்போது
probably I'm
நமக்கு
wrong
ஃபுல்
as
அண்ட்
well,
ஃபுல்லாகவே
but we'll see.
புல்லிஷ் தான்,
It
பைக் தான்
depends on Judas which side price
வியூவில் தான்
closing
இருக்குது.
at 9:30 first, or maybe
டெய்லி
at the
வியூவும்
narrative.
நம்ம
Also
ஃபுல் அண்ட்
don't
ஃபுல்
wanna
பையில் இருக்குது. அண்ட்
go
ஆல்சோ
against
இது
the
வந்து நம்ம ஒரு
SMT.
ஆர்டர் பிளாக்காக எடுக்கலாம். இந்த பீரிஷ் கேண்டலோட ஓப்பனை வந்து நம்ம மார்க்
So
பண்ணோம்னா அது
let's
ஒரு
see.
ஆர்டர் பிளாக்.
Let's see what we get today, guys. So yesterday, if we waited only 10 more minutes, we'd have had a trade on stream. Right, I'll talk a little bit about that trade.
4 hour பார்க்கும்போது நமக்கு
Where was it?
ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல் புல்லிஷ் ஆர்டர் ஃப்ளோ தான்.
Oh, here
ஆனால் இந்த
it
ஒரு
was.
எஃப்இஜியை வந்து
So if
மார்க்கெட் வந்து
I don't know how many of you reviewed the stream that day.
க்ளோஸ் வச்சிருக்கு பாடி.
I took 2 trades
ஸோ
yesterday. One was
இன்னைக்கு
on
வியூ
stream with you guys, and I made a
மார்க்கெட்
mistake
ஓப்பன் ஆகட்டும்.
by not
செல்
waiting for
சைடுக்கு
the breaker
பார்க்குறது
block
கொஞ்சம்
to
பெட்டராக இருக்கும்னு
activate. I
தோணுது.
took the
ஏதாவது இந்த
aggressive
ஏஷியன்
entry
ஹை
and take the price at all-time
லிக்விடிட்டி
high.
வந்து நமக்கு ஒரு
So I learned
நல்ல
my
ஒரு இது.
lesson, and throughout the whole stream, you saw me
பிஎஸ்எல்
waiting
போட்டோம்னா
for a breaker block to
மார்க்
activate and
பண்ணியாச்சு.
then
ஏஷியன் ஹை
engage
வந்து இது
in
வரைக்கும்
a
வேணால்
trade,
டார்கெட் பண்ணலாம்.
right?
செல்
So I
சைடு
was
லிக்விடிட்டி,
waiting for these breakers to
இந்த
activate. This is what I
செல் சைடு
marked as
லிக்விடிட்டி
bullish
இன்னைக்கு
entry. You
லண்டன்
can
லோ
check out the
ஆக்சுவலாக
recording
அது
of the trade and
மார்க்
the
பண்ணியாச்சு
manipulation
எஸ்எஸ்எல்.
above.
ஸோ வெயிட் பண்ணுவோம்.
And then there was inversion here, but if you look at my execution, I executed after the breaker activated, and I got a nice win. So if I followed my rules at the beginning down there, at least I identified my mistake. I'd have had no trades there, but I had a trade there. So just right after I closed the stream at
இந்த இடத்துல ஏதாவது ஓப்பன்
11:58,
ஆனோம்னா இன்னும் ஒரு
after
10 minutes இருக்கு.
15 minutes, this trade showed up. So those who were asking, like, you did not call this on stream. Well, I did call this on stream, and I talked about this for the whole stream. I'm waiting for a breaker block to activate. If it does, I'm taking this trade. So it did. If it was like activating after a while, then I probably wouldn't have, but it did. So I had a winner right after the losing trade. Edge delivered perfectly. So we'll see if the Edge can deliver today. Did I hear correctly? Randy Hall is your psychology mentor. I'm studying his videos. Yes, mate. Bro, the only psychology is need is how to deal with making a lot of money. That's exactly how people feel when they're just starting with trading. It's not that, it's how much you can afford to lose. Omami is new. He only has 3 months of experience. He thinks he will be profitable if he watches me. I don't believe anybody will be ever profitable with less than 1 year of experience. If you have less than 1 year of experience, impossible for you to consistently pull out money from the market, because again, you have not experienced those things that a professional, that a noob might experiences and then become professional, right? Yeah, we all start by being noob and then we grow, do we not? So let's see, guys, let's see what happens. A lot of devil's mark. If you look at ES chart, look, what the hell did I just watch? A guy driving his car without a wheel, and it's making a hell of a lot of sound. He just passed by. Weird people. All right, so I was talking about this. Look, that's too much just to ignore. Devil's mark, and then there's more relative equal low, bro. Can't ignore too much of it. It needs a purge down there. And there's SMT as well, just appeared while we were trading inside that resistance key level on the daily chart. If we do a deeper dive, as I've said, For me, it's gonna be comfortable to sell. I can, without doubt, I can trust it if we end up pushing higher at 930, clear out the Asian high. That's gonna be the strongest step plus signal for me to just go for a short. But if we end up pushing lower before 930 and then at 930 form a bullish SMT, then yeah, I will be looking what price is telling me then. Right, more patience. For you, what is the best book for trading psychology? A couple of books, but the best one always gonna be Trading in the Zone. Trading in the Zone. I've read couple, not many. I think only 4 to 5 books I read on psychology and trading system, and yeah, that was the best. Number one, Trading in the Zone. Though I don't agree with Mark Douglas in one point. Not every setup is random. Not everything is random on chart. He will say everything is random. So it doesn't matter if you executed B plus trade, a low probability trade, or a high probability trade. Randomness always the same. So that's the only part I don't agree with him. I believe not every setup are high probability. There are more high probability setups than the ones that we get low probability. So, but other than this, I agree with everything else. That your win to loss, how much you're gonna win is random. How many losses you're gonna take is random. You can never control that. I can never control that. How many trades I'm gonna lose, I never know if I'm gonna lose, if I'm gonna win today. I never care about that. So that's what I learned from his book. Randy Hall taught me to think differently. Like he identified emotional mind and thinking mind to me. That's what you will hear him speaking most of the time in his lectures. And trading, most of it is random, and you have no control over the outcome. That's what I learned from Mark Douglas. There's more to it. Are you counting I'm not. I have not placed a single trade at 6 a.m. today. Really been busy with life mate recently. My daughter was sick at the beginning of the month. So yeah, no execution, but I think many 6 a.m. setup formed, but I was not in it. And then I also read another book. Let me try to remember the name. The Zen Trader. The Zen Trader. I read it in 2023, I guess, a long time ago. Very nice book about psychology. The Zen Trader. You guys can check it out. Sorry, I mean 1 hour overnight fair value. Did I not mark it? Oh, James, I missed it. Where is it? Midnight opening price. Then, all right, here's the first gap, right? The 6 a.m. 6 a.m. gap. I marked it collectively. Let's mark it separately. All right, likely price will want to drop into this gap if we clear out the Asian high. I want to see that. I want to see it's clearing out the Asian high before it drops. Now, if it drops now, I'm not in it. I'm not in the trade, but if I see price pushing at the Asian high, then I do have a short.
நமக்கு செல் சைடு பார்க்குறது கொஞ்சம் பெட்டராக இருக்கும். ஏன்னா இந்த ஏஷியன் ஹை லிக்விடிட்டி வந்து பெண்டிங்கில் இருக்குது. இது வந்து லண்டன் ஹை. ஸோ வெயிட் பண்ணி பார்ப்போம். ஆக்சுவலாக நமக்கு 4 ஹவர் பார்க்கும்போது ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல் பையில் தான் இருக்குது. டெய்லி எல்லாமே பையில் தான் இருக்குது குயிக்லி. ஆனாலும் நமக்கு எப்படின்னா இந்த ஒரு எஃபிஜி வந்து இன்வர்ஷனாக நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் ஸ்டில். ஏன்னா இந்த இன்வர்ஷன் எஃபிஜிக்கு கீழே இந்த பாடி க்ளோஸ் வச்சிருக்கு. ஸோ நம்ம 15 மினிட்ஸில் வந்து செல்லுக்கு பார்க்குறது பெட்டராக இருக்கும். அது வந்து இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி ஆர்எல்ஸ் இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி முடிச்சு ஒரு கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் நமக்கு கிடைக்கிறதா இருந்தால் நம்ம செல் பார்க்கலாம். ஸோ செல் வெயிட் பண்ணுவோம். செல் பயாஸுக்கு பார்க்குறதா இன்றைக்கி கொஞ்சம் பெட்டராக இருக்கும். இன்னைக்கு இந்த செஷனில் ஏஎம் செஷனில் இன்னொரு 2 நிமிஷம் இருக்குது. கரெக்டாக 2 மினிட்ஸ் இருக்குது.
We'll see why you aren't using midnight opening price, hourly fair value gap. I just don't use it. I don't see it that high probability. If you see it, then use it. Whatever I see as high probability, I'm already marking it on chart. Everything else, noise to me. I love what's happening on chart right now. I'd like to see we smash into the Asian high right at the open. It's looking beautiful as I planned to see. Right, so there goes the distribution. Then we probably chop a little bit, and probably we don't, but that doesn't matter. What matters if we drop lower after and we get an inversion, and we like to execute at the retest and target the hourly gap. This is what I want to target. I don't know if price will get support from here. I'm not trying to predict it. I'm not here to be correct or to be wrong. I'm here to look for my edge. So if it does this, then surely my edge is there.
இன்னும் ஒரு
I'll feel
1
very
minute தான்
comfortable
இருக்கு.
to execute.
மார்க்கெட் ஓப்பன் ஆக போகுது.
I won't be wasting my mental capital. Everything will stay perfect if the scenario is looking like this. Highest probability draw on liquidity right now on chart is this gap. It has a lot of accumulation. They are also high probability. Why disregarding London high? Don't know. I just don't see it as high probability. If you see it as high probability, then use it. It already has a purge, and we talked about it at the beginning of our bias session. Where were you? We went through all the time frames. We talked about the key levels. So not disregarding it, it already has a purge. So not so important as the other key levels that has less
ஓப்பன் ஆக போகுது.
purge.
ஓப்பன் ஆயிடுச்சு. மார்க் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நேத்தோட க்ளோஸு ப்ளஸ் இன்றைக்கோட ஒரு ஓப்பன் 9:30 ஓப்பன். அது ஒரு பாக்ஸாக போட்டுக்கிட்ட நமக்கு ஒரு விஷயம். க்ளோஸு
9:30. Why are we dropping lower? No way. All right, I see a trade. I see a trade from this retest, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to take it. Again, the highest probability draw is the gap as long as it has no tap into it.
ஓகே, மார்க்கெட் ஓப்பன் ஆயிடுச்சு.
So I want to take it.
எஸ், கீழே ஓப்பன் ஆனவொன்னே கீழே தான் போகுது. நம்ம நினச்ச மாதிரி இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி எடுத்துருக்கு. லண்டன் லிக்விடிட்டி ஆக்சுவலாக கிளியர் பண்ணிடுச்சு மார்க்கெட்டு. ஸோ 1 minute போய் பார்ப்போம். 1 minute
They dropped into the gap already. All right, we'll have to wait. Trade is gone. I was looking for an entry from the retest of this. It's too far. Take a sip of coffee. I think you will feel better, Ghost Trader.
நல்ல ஒரு செல்
aggressive drop
actually
likely into this. Looking for a bullish SMT as well. Let's see if they frame it. If they give that to us. Trading inside the gap and near to the first presented gap from the hourly chart. What a drop. What a drop.
சரியான ட்ராப்பாக இருக்குது மார்க்கெட் ஃபுல்லாக. ஒரே 2 நிமிஷத்தில் ஆக்சுவலாக இவ்வளோ தூரம் ட்ராவல் ஆயிடுச்சு. நம்ம எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ண பேஸ் தான். ஆனால் இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி எடுக்குன்னு சொன்னோம், இல்லைன்னா இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி. ஆனால் இங்கே எடுத்துகிட்டு கீழே வந்துருச்சு. நமக்கு கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கிடைக்கிறதுக்குள்ளாரையுமே ப்ரைஸ் கீழே ரீச் ஆயிடுச்சு.
Very quick with it. Like it gave a retest, not to where I wanted to see. It did not reach at the top. But I'm always picky. If you are trading with me, you will be disappointed. My trading is boring. But it did a retest. It just, you have to be very quick with it. You have to see it enough to trust it when it shows up. It does work. It does work. That's what I'll say. And those who have not watched my 9:30 lecture, do watch it. Do watch the lecture. And it went down right after retesting into the rejection block that I've shared with you guys. right? So bias wise, we are correct. Right now, we want to see if this key level is giving us a reaction, a bullish type reaction. I don't want to see a bullish reaction. As I said, I would like
இனி
to be
பெண்டிங் உள்ளது
bearish
இந்த ஒரு
today.
லண்டன் லோவும்
That's what I
ப்ளஸ் இங்கே
wanted
ஒரு
to
இது
see,
இருக்குது.
but price
அப்புறம் வேறு
again
பெண்டிங் நம்ம
manipulated
பார்க்கும்போது
majority with that SMT.
நேத்தோட ஒரு
But right now,
9:30 லோ
watching to see if this SMT still
ஏஎம் செஷன்
holds,
லோவும்
if I
பெண்டிங்கில்
can get
இருக்குது. ஸோ
another
பார்ப்போம்
chance
ஃபஸ்ட்
to
இந்த
get in.
லிக்விடிட்டி எடுக்குதா என்ன பண்ணுது.
ETAC
ஆக்சுவலாக
took
இதுவே
that
நல்ல ஒரு
short.
லிக்விடிட்டி தான்.
ETAC
மேபி
share, those who
மூடி
took
வந்து
that short,
எடுத்துகிட்டு
share
வந்தால்
your
இன்னும்
chart,
பெட்டராக இருக்கும்.
guys. You guys are pro. Now accumulation was here. We identified it, manipulation up there, and then distribution. We were expecting it, but again, I've told you guys, if it had traded into the Asian high, I'd have had a short. So my edge was there, but it did not do the retest. Again, the blame is never on the price. The blame is on me, right? And when you put the blame on you, that's when the progress happens. So those who missed it, watch those who executed it perfectly. Many did, many executed it. So looking for some type of resistance from here. We can already spot a bullish SMT, but likely that's not gonna hold. So wanna see from where they choose to get a retest and then drop lower. Use me as an indicator. That's gonna be the best case scenario for you, right? Try to do your own shit. Majority of the time I'm correct with the bias. And yeah, see if you can trust it. If you can trust it, you probably will get a lot of trades that I'm gonna miss. And I'm okay to miss them. All I have to do, wait. Yesterday I lacked patience, right? Yesterday that L appeared because I was not patient. So I'll pay the price of being disciplined, right? And discipline is hard. Discipline, patience is hard, always hard. Always hard. But yeah, that looks like we are
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரெசென்டட் ஃபேர் வேல்யூ
respecting
கேப்
the
ஆக்சுவலாக
bullish
இது.
SMT that just appeared with this low. But this SMT in my eye is there to send us into the gaps, all right, and then probably we go lower. If not, then Asian high gonna be the next target. But as we have already found resistance from the daily week, I'm not doubting the shorts anymore. All right, so this SMT, the purpose, as much as I understand, just like the purpose of those SMTs were to clear out the buy stops, I think this SMT's purpose is just to send us into the gaps. And probably I got a setup after. It's ICT's Venom working? I don't know. Ask ICT. I don't use everything that he teaches. I don't, bro. Let's wait. 9:36. Still a lot of macros are left. YM flying higher. YM gonna give us those bearish SMTs, and the trend on NQ gonna sustain, I guess, if I'm correct with the bearish bias. I don't like the SMT that formed. It left majority of the sell side targets on ES. Right now, not a clean, not the best type of purge on ES. Look, we just formed more of equal lows. So the way I see what Dow is doing right now is Dow giving us those bearish SMTs, Dow clearing out what NQ left up there, right? Those buy side target, NQ did not reach for it. We still have it. Look up there and then there. So Dow is reaching to clear out those targets. Majority of it we already cleared, but that's how I see it. And then NQ and ES will choose to go lower. Probably Dow will follow, but looking opposite, not a symmetrical price action. And that's why I don't see my A plus setup forming here yet. When price action is symmetrical, that's when I see A plus setup forming. So next macro likely like 950 gives or something. already see another trade, but we'll have to wait a little bit more. Let's see what we have a 3-minute chart. Yeah, so waiting to see this gap getting tapped, right? And is it tapped already on ES? It looks like it is. He has already filled all these gaps, right? But this is a bullish reaction down here. So not like price giving us one side clear signal. He left a bullish signature, bullish closures down here, but still trusting what I've seen from the higher time frame resistance. Then probably more resistance. This looks like a BPR. If you extend it out on time, more fair value gaps are aligning. So if there's no resistance we got from here, then I don't have a trade. But the way I see it, I'm gonna show it to you. Accumulation, manipulation into the gap, and then we drop lower. So accumulation happening, manipulation above the gap, has a lot of targets just below us. So let's see if I can frame a trade. I definitely can. But now the question is from where price will choose to get resistance from these gaps, or after it purchased the highs. Already getting the SMT guys with ES, right? So I don't see any need for NQ to reach at the week. So likely getting the short. I already see it from the breaker blocks here to R. Gonna give me a $315 risk, 2 cons. Looking good. Price vision is good. Unlike yesterday, it's to me very much looking good. Oh shit, outside macro. Damn, I'm glad that I looked at time, otherwise I would have probably executed here. Alright, pain of discipline. There we go. Pain of discipline, choosing to not take this trade, even though I see it as complete A+. Very tempting, very tempting, but again, we'll choose pain of discipline over the dopamine hit. Looks good, not gonna lie, it looks good, but wish it was inside macro 940 already. So you can take it on your aggressive account, demo account, whatever you want. It's a 30-second chart, so inside macro still. So depends on you how you see it. Depends on you how you see it. Oh, it was inside macro. It gave a signal down here. It activated the inversion, and then here it's working. It was A+ setup. Anybody took it? Yeah, I forgot I was looking at the 30-second chart. On 30-second, it activated inside the macro. Here, the inversion got activated, then you execute here at 940, 30-second, right? On 1-minute chart, there's no trade. On 1 minute, it's not there, but on 30-second, it's there. It's very clean. It's looking like 1-minute chart.
லண்டன் லிக்விடிட்டி செல் சைட் லிக்விடிட்டி லண்டனில் இங்கே பெண்டிங் இருக்குது. மார்க்கெட் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. இதை இப்போ எடுத்துருவோம். அடுத்தது அது முடிஞ்சுன்னா 930 லோ. இதுதான் அடுத்த லிக்விடிட்டி நான் இது பண்ணுறது. நேத்தோட நியூயார்க் ஏஎம் செஷனோட லோ.
And bias was one-sided. That's what they don't see, and they're blind. They're noobs. The signal bots, they will never find success. You cannot just become profitable consistently by relying on somebody else's edge.
Actually பார்த்தோம். ஆனா இந்த லிக்விடிட்டிலே மார்க்கெட் கீழ வந்துருச்சு. நமக்கு என்ட்ரி கிளியரா கொடுக்கல.
Those who executed, kudos to you. Who did? Damn, haven't heard the word noob in a while. Then accept reality. accept reality. The fact that you are inside my Discord, you are a noob. That's exactly what makes you a noob. Accept what you are rather than pretending who you are not. Majority of the people cannot accept the truth that they don't know enough, that they did not experience enough. So they feel very hurt when I call them noob. I am noob as well. This month I'm noob 20% of the time. Could you explain again how you saw it? Rewind the stream, put in the work, go through how I saw it before I saw it. After the result, there's no learning. The result showed up. What matters how I did it before the stream, before it showed up. Right? So every stream is recorded. You can go through it, rewind it. There we go. There we go. W. Who took it? Who took it? Now watch people suffer. Wait. If you want to see them suffer, those signal box, wait. Just wait a second. I'm going to make them suffer. Because again, as I always tell, they don't have an edge that I possess. So they're going to think everything is random. There we go. Look at my execution and then suffer. I forgot the fact that it was on 30-second chart. Everything was inside macro activation, inside macro. For a moment, I thought it's an outside macro trade, but I took it on my aggressive account. I still chose the pain of discipline on my actual accounts, but glad that I made money. Edge paid out. But they're going to say it's random. Why didn't you execute in front of me? Even though I just behave like the world's best indicator down there, right? No indicator gonna give you a signal like this. Accumulation phase. Go rewind the stream. You will hear me framing this trade before it formed. I went to the 5-minute chart, 3-minute chart. Watch this fair value gap. Inside this gap, manipulation gonna happen.
Actually, the London low market clear பண்ணிருச்சு.
I mean, next நமக்கு இந்த yesterday ஓட 930 low இருக்கு. AM session நேத்து நியூயார்க் செஷனோட low. Actually நேத்து லோன்னு சொல்லலாம். அதான் உண்மை. Monday low. You are suffering.
அதுக்கு தான் போகுதுன்னா நமக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு நல்ல கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கிடைச்சுன்னா நம்ம கண்டினியூஷன் எடுத்து பார்க்கலாம். Still ES வந்து ஒரு ரேஞ்சில தான் இருக்கு.
But on 30-second there was, guys, there was. So see, I ended up making money yesterday as well while you suffered. I took that last trade, it mitigated my L. Again, you are here for signal today and you are still suffering. So that's what I'm telling you. You can never be profitable by relying on somebody else's edge if you are not willing to learn it from me. If you are not willing to replicate it other than being a signal bot. That's the hard reality. And I always tell my students to be independent. Those who don't want to be independent, leave. I don't want to work. I don't want to see you. So now, while we wait for the setup, we'll go through some psychology talks, guys, right? Those who are suffering, well, how do I control my suffering? That's exactly how I do. Because for majority of the people, if they miss this trade, that's the end of their life cycle. Yesterday, I missed so many trades. And I found a profitable trade at 11.50. So I had to wait for 4 hours to get what I wanted to see. So do you have that level of patience? You don't. So you want to be profitable like me? You can't, because you have not experienced all those stuff that I have, right? And I always tell you guys to have multiple accounts. If you end up doubting the trade, but it looks A+, this was a complete reflection of A+ trade. And that's what you are also watching, how I recognize A+ trade, right? That's the edge that you don't have, but I have it. Not every setup is A+. And I don't mark every setup as A+. I mark some setup as A+, and they behave like A+. Sometimes they fail because I'm human. I'll make human errors, and that's why they fail. But when I'm not making the human errors, that's exactly how it looks, right? So look, when you possess a skill, mate, that's exactly how it feels. You don't have to rely on anybody. You can just do it on your own. All you have to do be patient.
நல்ல டெலிவரி. ஆக்சுவலா ஓபன் ஆனோன பிரைஸ் வந்து ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல்லாவே செல் சைடு டெலிவரி. இந்த இன்னைக்கு லண்டன் லோ and also the நேத்தோட லோவும் இப்போ எடுத்துரும். வந்துருச்சு.
right? Do you not
எடுத்துருச்சு.
remember
இல்ல,
that
இல்ல
I told
கொஞ்சம்
you
இருக்கு.
price showing me
நமக்கு ஆனா இன்னைக்கு
April
என்ட்ரி
is
கிடைக்கல.
bullish because of the
என்ட்ரி
SMTs down
முடியல.
there?
நம்ம கரெக்ட்டா ரேட்
That
பண்ணாலே
looked fake
போதும்.
to me.
அதுதான்
And
மெயினான
I
விஷயம்.
told you
என்ட்ரி
that I
வந்து
would like
நமக்கு
to see
மாசத்துல ஈஸியா ஒரு 5
reaction. Again, I'm not here to be
5லேருந்து
correct,
ஒரு 10
so
என்ட்ரி
I'm not
ஈஸியா
doing
கிடைச்சிரும்.
anything that's gonna
இந்த
look
ரீட்
like
பண்றது தான்
alright,
பெரிய ஒரு டஃப்பான ஒரு
one-sided
டாஸ்க்.
bias. No, I'm here to see and learn from the market. And this, my friend, never forget about this one. This red box. What was it? Why did I trusted the short without seeing a purge at the Asian high? Because we already were trading at the resistance key level after multiple times purging all-time high. We had so many liquidities just below us. We identified it. We waited for a reaction, and overall, I only wanted to see short. Remember, Asian high gets taken out. I'm extremely bearish. So if Asian high was getting taken out, why would I be bearish? Now that you can see the answer, do you now see why I was bearish? Because of this accumulation phase. It does not look that high probably to you here on NQ, but we dropped down to the ES chart. And we were also talking about this SMT. So those who have question about this trade, again, if you are not the lazy one, then go rewind the stream, watch how I saw it. Very fast. The red box is manipulation. Manipulation inside 3-minute gap, accumulation on 30-second chart, accumulation, manipulation on the minute chart, sorry, on the 3-minute chart inside that gap,
ஆக்சுவலா
and then push
நேத்தோட
lower.
எஸ்டர்டே லோ
1 gem, I
எடுத்துருச்சு.
always
லண்டன்
tell you
லோவும்
guys, I don't
மார்க்கெட்
know how
ஸ்வீப்
many of you
பண்ணிருச்சு.
write it down, but if there's accumulation phase, there will always be a fair value gap above or
நல்ல ஒரு
below
செல்லு
it for
பயாஸ்ல தான்
price to
மார்க்கெட் வந்து
do
அப்படியே ரன் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு.
manipulation. I always tell you guys, but you don't seem to find it interesting or insightful unless I win a trade. Right? The only time people choose to learn from me when I'm winning a trade. Before, they don't even care. All right, whatever analysis you are doing, nothing matters. So I'm gonna repeat myself once again, guys. It's gonna be very helpful throughout your whole trading journey. Forget about your trading pattern. This is the real pattern. For where price formed this accumulation phase. If you understand this, that's gonna change your game forever. You will understand how price will do manipulation. Right? So accumulation phase here, and watch which PDA was just below it, a fair value gap. So all the time price doing accumulation inside a box like this or like this in a trend line liquidity, there will be always a fair value gap where price will like to do manipulation, right? And that will give you more insight. So we are bearish, so that means price will return back inside the gap. So that's why the gap was most important period to me, the most important draw on liquidity to me. And then if you analyze the same thing again, if you are looking for like a noob 100% similar structure, you will never learn. If it's a little bit similar to the last one, that's what you want to see.
ஃப்ரைடே லோ பிரைஸ் வந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு.
Accumulation,
இந்த லோ எடுக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
was there a fair value gap? Yes. Look, all you have to do is switch the time frame, put in the work. If you are lazy, you will miss it, just like I missed the 930 short. I saw it, but was I fast enough to take it? No. So the blame is always on you. So there goes the fair value gap. Let's drop down to the 30-second chart, accumulation, manipulation into the gap, and then push lower. Same thing, never gonna stop repeating. And it repeated on daily chart as well. Look, now as price is fractal, what is this? This is chop happening above what? Above the gap, right? So look, what you have seen just right now on 30-second chart repeating here. So we are coming inside the gap. Why? Because there was a lot of trend line accumulation just above the gap, returning back to the gap. That was the highest probably draw for today.
இது வந்து ஆக்சுவலா ஃப்ரைடேயோட டெய்லி ஃபேர்
Most of the
வேல்யூ
time, if
கேப்னு
it
சொல்லலாம்.
aligns, if bias aligns with how we open, then it's good short or long depending on how we close at 9:30. Yeah. And today I chose to trade. I wouldn't have traded today. I chose to trade because it chopped before 9:30. I always love when price chops. And another thing, guys, rather than predicting it, those who predicted price are just being a noob. I did not predict price. Rather, if you remember, I'm gonna take you on the hourly time frame. What did I do? I tried to see if price is repeating the same thing, right? If there's any repetitive pattern today, like yesterday, And you did not see it because you just wanted to pretend like you know more. You just back tested more. You did more back
சம்திங் இன்னைக்கு
testing
என்ட்ரியே
and all that
கொடுக்காம
stuff.
அப்படியே
But look,
நமக்கு இதில் இந்த
yesterday
இதில் பார்த்தா
overnight
தெரியும்
expansion,
கிளியராக அப்படியே மார்க்கெட் வந்து எவ்வளோ அப்படியே
returned back
ஃபால்
to the
ஆகிட்டு
discount of
இருக்கு.
the range and then boom. Overnight expansion, returned
இங்க
back to
இருந்து
the premium
ஃபால்
of the range and then boom,
அகைன்
lower.
ரீட்ரேஸ்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ ஃபுல்லி ஃபால்.
Do you
ஒரு
see
சின்ன ரீட்ரேஸ்மெண்ட்
how
தான் இங்கே இடையில
noobs
கொடுத்துருக்கு.
try to
ஆனால்
predict
கரெக்டாக எல்லா
and pay the
லிக்விடிட்டிஸும்
price?
மார்க்கெட் இன்னைக்கு எடுத்துருச்சு.
While if you just rely on chart to tell you what it want to do, you will be better off, just like me with the bias, right? And watch noobs suffer and watch me execute my edge with a professional mind, and then getting a specific win rate every single month at the end of the month. When this month started, I told you guys, I don't know when I'm gonna win, if today or tomorrow, but I will come out with a 60% win rate near to it on stream in front of you. You will see it. Do you not see it? Edge delivering. That's what independence and confidence looks like. You will never get that if you are relying on signal, right? So that was a beautiful short. I wish I executed it on all of my accounts, but there's no hope. And that's why I have multiple funded accounts, multiple accounts that I trade through 150K, 300K, and the trade that I doubt, I just executed on my other accounts where I don't end up doubting it. So those who hold it, kudos to you. Well done. Well done. But this is not a good thing, guys. This is a bad thing. Whatever happening here, same scenario as yesterday. So likely nobody will find a new trade after this move. Again, don't try to predict. Let's see what happened yesterday. Same thing, exactly the same thing. Why are you trying to predict? Rely on price. Look, we chopped. Aggressive expansion at 9:30 and then we chopped. But I'm patient enough. I have a lot of patience. I'll wait. And I have trained my eyes well enough to recognize a plus setup. So if it does recognize an A plus setup, I'm executing. Yeah, the bad thing, people say it's market maker sell model when the results appear. Why you did not say when it was up there? Why you did not see it? Like me, that it's the market maker sell model when it was up there, when it was printing bullish candle. If you are telling me it's market maker sell model right now, I don't want you to tell me that, and everybody can see it. If you couldn't do it up there, then don't do it down there. Don't pretend like you knew. You have to see all of this coming when the candles are bullish. That's exactly what you see me doing, right? The more you will also hear me saying, the more they push higher, the more bearish I am. So that means that's exactly how pro you wanna be. All right, and you won't reach that level right away. 10K on the day. Everybody, congrats. Give a congrats to Ronak. That's amazing. That's even better than me, bro. 10K in the day, bro. That's crazy, right? Just imagine, my best day was 6K, around 6.5K this year. Best day. And that is combined with a lot of funded accounts, not on a single account. And Ronak pulling out 10K for the day, bro. You deserve a big congrats. You achieved it. You achieved it, bro. So yeah, alhamdulillah, glory to God. He made you to see the success today. Proud of you. Proud of you. After 2+ years with Hydra, yeah, you put in the work. You put in the work. So every congrats to you, because you put in the work. You were not lazy. You showed up every day. I remember. I don't remember many of you, but I remember Ronak. I remember Dale. I remember a lot of other names like Reggie. They show up every single day. No matter what, they are showing up. And look at that. Showing up really worked. 10K a day.
மார்க்கெட் கொஞ்சம்
Bro,
சாப்பியா
that's my
இருக்கும்
dream.
தோணுது. ஏன்னா ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல் மார்க்கெட்
right?
வந்து இங்கேருந்து
You
டவுன்
were doing
ஆயிருச்சு.
exactly what my
ஸோ
team is, and many of ours, right?
இங்கே வர வேண்டிய வேலை முடிஞ்சிருச்சு.
Did you
பார்ப்போம்.
hold the
எனக்கு
whole
தெரிஞ்சு
hourly expansion? No, I never do that again.
இன்னொரு
Unlike
ஹாஃப் அன்
you,
ஹவருக்கு
I'm
அப்புறம்
looking
ஒரு
for consistency.
30-40
I'm
மினிட்ஸ்க்கு
gonna do
அப்புறம்
what I
மார்க்கெட்
can repeat
நல்லா
consistently
இருக்கும்ன்றது
over
தான்
time,
வியூவாக
right?
இருக்குது.
If it's that 1 hour, then that's what I'm doing. That's where my edge is. Anything else on chart, don't even bother. It can go to the moon, or it can go to the Mars. I don't even care about holding it. I want to do again and again the same thing.
வலைக்கும் சலாம் லைவ்ல இருந்துக்கா.
I saw it dropping to the previous daily low, or at least to the regular trading hour gap, but that to me doesn't matter. No reversal incoming. Who says reversal? Again, Oli is trying to predict.
மார்க்கெட்
Bro.
ஓப்பன் ஆயிடுது,
Oli
நல்ல ஒரு
is
ட்ராப் ஆகி
not learning. Oli is
லைவ் கட் ஆயிடுச்சு. நெட் ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம்.
predicted your own shit and then paid the price. Look at this one. This one had a deeper dive over an expansion, deeper dive, and then continued the pushing higher because it had left, I guess, most of the stop. And yeah, so many examples, guys. So many examples of what happened today. If you think it's not gonna repeat,
சாப்பி ஆயிடுச்சு
you
மார்க்கெட்.
are wrong.
பாருங்க,
It's gonna
ஓப்பன் ஆகி
repeat
இந்த
probably
ரேஞ்சில்
tomorrow,
ஆயிடுச்சு. ஏன்னா
probably next week.
9:30 ஓப்பன் டைம்லேயே மார்க்கெட் நல்ல ஒரு
That's the best
எக்ஸ்பென்ஷன்,
ever scenario I want to
செல்
trade.
சைடுக்கு நல்லா
Bull is
டெலிவரி
really
ஆயிடுச்சு
saying
ப்ரைஸ்.
it.
ஸோ
Expansion overnight expansion.
அதனால தான் இப்போ ஒரு
If this is
கன்சால்டேஷன்
not happening
இருக்கும்னு நான் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட்
before
பண்ணுது.
9:30,
பார்ப்போம்.
9:30
இன்னொரு
will
ஹாஃப்
do
அன் ஹவர்
this.
ஒரு 40
So
மினிட்ஸ்க்கு
that
அப்புறம்
means this is
மார்க்கெட்
Judas,
ஒரு
right?
நல்ல ஒரு இது கொடுக்கும்.
And what I've
அப்படி
also found when
ஒரு 1
9:30 is not,
ஹவருக்குள்ளேயே
when
வரலன்னா
price is not
நம்ம
doing it
இன்னைக்கு
before 9:30,
உட்கார்றது
it does
வேஸ்ட்.
this move at 9:30
நாளைக்கு
and then
உட்கார்றது தான்
continues the
பெஸ்ட்டாக இருக்கும்.
trend. So
இல்லைன்னா
always
பிஎம்
my
செஷனில்
favorite type
உட்காரலாம்.
of structure, this
நான்
one
பிஎம்
to
செஷன்
trade.
உட்கார மாட்டேன்.
And I guarantee you, if you understand only this structure, you will make a hell of a lot of money, bro, because it repeats so many times, so many times. So we talked a lot. 10:07, anything forming? Let's see. What is that blue line on my chart? What is this blue line? I don't even remember what I marked down there. It looks like Mondays. Yeah, probably I marked it wrong. I was looking at what I marked, why I marked this. All right, let's measure the dealing range here. Did we reach the 50% of it? If we did, then likely, yeah, we reached the 50%. If I measure from this dealing range, still reached the 50%. So likely they're either returning back to the premium of the range to retest and then continue the trend lower, or they're reversing. Two possible ways, nothing else, or chopping. Now let's see. A lot of gaps. 10:08. Previous daily low is where we have resistance. So I'm just gonna wait. It looks like a long, but to me, I choose to be patient here because I think it's bearish. And the highest probably resistance right now, aligning with this previous daily low. Best resistance. Looks bullish, reversing after tapping into this gray shaded box. What's that? The gap. Yeah, daily gap. My bad, I forgot. The daily gap. I should mark them. Yeah, daily fair value gap. So bullish gap, support. Reversal looks possible to me if we don't find any resistance from here, but that will require patience from my side. Right? Yeah, outside macro waiting. We feel the whole gap, I guess. A little bit of it left. Just a little bit of it. Down here. And one other thing that majority of people I see making mistakes, it's not deciding the risk before they engage in a trade. Right? That's what you will hear. That's what you'll see me deciding always. The risk always comes first. Right? So price before when price is setting up, right? You will always see me if I want to go for a short, I'll find the PDA I want to go for a short, and then I'll measure the risk to see if I can take it. That's what matters the most. To see how much risk is there. So suppose I want to take this short. So look, one contract is giving me hell of a big risk, 0.74%. But still inside the parameter of how much I want to risk, 0.5% is the max risk, right? Risk, majority of people think risk is a limitation. It will hold them from making more money, right? But risk isn't a limitation, it's freedom. It's what keeps you in the game, keeps me in the game, right? Risk is always liberation. So before you take a trade, always define how much you are willing to lose. For me, that's 0.25% to 0.5% of my funded account. Anything more than that is a gambling to me. I cannot afford to lose more than that. Right? And I always stick with it. And by doing it, it kills the fear Those who think reply a plus. Those who think will get a trade.
ஆக்சுவலாக ப்ரைஸ் வந்து ஆஃப்டர் த ஹியூஜ் எக்ஸ்பென்ஷன் கீழே நல்ல ஒரு
Thinks
செல் ஆஃப்
get
தந்ததுக்கப்புறம்
another
இது
trade.
போகிறதே ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவாக தான் போயிட்டுருக்கு.
I'm looking for
இந்த
it.
ஏரியாவில் ஏதாவது ஒரு செல் கிடைக்குதுன்னா
it.
நல்ல கன்ஃபர்மேஷனோட கிடைச்சா
Just have
ஏ
to
ப்ளஸ்
write
செட்டப்
down,
நமக்கு
come
வந்து ஒரு
to
செல்
us.
எக்ஸ்பெக்ட்
Right?
பண்ணலாம். ஆனால்
Because
கன்ஃபார்ம் இல்லை.
majority of the
ஆனால் நம்ம
people
ஆல்ரெடி
miss
மார்க்கெட்
that
ஓப்பனிங்
short.
பிஃபோரே வந்து நம்ம செல் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணோம். அது
So
நல்லாவே
if I'm not
நடந்துருச்சு.
taking another
எல்லா
short,
டார்கெட்டுமே
they
ரீச் பண்ணிருச்சு.
cannot,
இருந்தாலும்
they won't be able
ஒரு
to
செல் கிடைச்சா
complete
நமக்கு
the
ஒரு
trade. That's gonna be too
1:2 எய்ம்
much.
பண்ண வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது.
They
பார்ப்போம்.
missed it. They don't believe there's gonna be more. So yeah, pain of suffering, I guess, rather than pain of discipline. Right? Pain of discipline is what we choose. Charts are quiet. So let's talk about a little bit of preparation. Let's talk about preparation, how I prepare for a trade before it happens. So one example I'll give you guys, you don't learn to sail in the hurricane, right? You don't learn to trade with real money on the line. So these are the two things. You have to write it down. You don't learn to sail in the hurricane. What do I mean by this? If price is chopping and there's nothing, if you sail in that crazy scenario, you are always gonna sink. And you never learn to trade with real money on the line at the beginning. If you do that, I've seen enough. I've been teaching for 3 years. I've seen so many people not listening to me and then joining me after 1.5 years again, and they're still not profitable just because they did not started to trade on the demo account. Why is it so important? Because you don't know nothing yet. You don't know what cycle price repeats. You don't know how your A plus setup looks. You don't know which setups are A plus, or even how your edge looks. You don't even know how you will behave after looking at a tempting trade. Like it was very tempting up there, that short. Right? Completely A plus. Very, very tempting. So these are the things I remember always. And let's see the trade, I guess, coming to us. It retested to the breaker block from the 4-hour chart, retested to the hourly inversion, multiple inversions there at this range. A little bit. It left 50%. So now I want to see on the ES chart if it reached to the 50%, because on NQ it did not. So on ES, if it did, that's a type of SMT, and I can look for shorts. Yeah, on ES we did reach 50%, so we don't have to reach the 50% anymore. I was looking for a reaction on the 50% of it, and then there we go, the regular trading hour gap from yesterday. Very nice resistance. So accumulation, manipulation above. Just waiting for the trade to come to me right now. Already see it, but depends on how we are reacting from this specific gap. If it's a long, then we trade into it and they'll go higher. If it's a short, in both ways, I'm comfortable to take it because I have target in both direction. I'll fill gaps towards buy side, and this long, bro. All right, we'll see. Why don't you use order flow or volume analysis? Because I think everything that I can see on chart is what that order flow will plot. All right. Indicators are a trap. They're like sailing with a GPS that updates every 30 minutes. What you see on chart, that's the same thing an indicator plots. So they don't plot the future, they plot the same thing. So if I'm looking at the candle, do I need another thing right on my chart to show me what the candles are doing? No. And they are built on old data, chasing shadows of price. Right? I rely on price itself to get the signal, nothing else. But many people do trade with these, so many people do. That's the real thing. Whatever I can see here, that's the real stuff. So when I see a push into the gap is not getting traded yet. We traded into 5-minute gap. There's a 3-minute gap. That's what I want to see getting traded. So all right, let's mark it like this. If it's a long, then that's accumulation. manipulation below, and then push higher. But does not make sense to me though, the long. But if it appears, I'll take it. If it looks a plus, I know how it looks a plus. The way I see it right now, but I'm probably wrong. Manipulation above the previous daily high. Sorry, previous daily low. Price is the truth. Those who use indicator, I don't see why they do it. This is the truth, raw, real, right now, the real data. Price is teasing us here, but I'm not clicking yet. Why? Because emotions are the most expensive position you can take. But I don't want to take a position based on emotion just because I want to take a trade. Why is it the most expensive one? Because again, pain of suffering is too hard to handle. That's why emotional trade, if I lose real money, I'm not gonna suffer that much. But if I lose that trade because I just took it based on some emotional impulse, that's gonna be a very expensive position for me to lose. So we respect the NOG. A lot of you are saying NOG. Where's my indicator here? NOG indicator. Yeah, we traded into the indicator. Traded into the NOG on ES very nicely. ES already pushing lower. ES already seems like pushing lower. And probably ES want to give a bullish S&T for a bullish, let's say 1053 macro. I wanted to see what happening on ES on NQ, but change of narrative, the more price action I see right now, I think ES will end up pushing below this accumulation phase. Right, this is the last accumulation phase without a target. So if we end up getting a purge here and then it forms a SMT, very bullish, because again we can see a lot of targets there. So let's see, waiting for that SMT here. Without it, cannot execute. I can frame two sides here. Either we now go higher. If we do, then I'm extremely bearish because we left the target. Or the second scenario, ES trades into the target, forms a SMT, while NQ respects the SMT. So really depends on coming down to purge.
Stop loss இதோட high வச்சுக்கலாம்.
So let's wait.
பாப்போம். 1:2 RR.
1054. $4M trades, I did it because I know they're gonna suffer. They're gonna complain. So I just wanted them to suffer more. That's what happens when you rely on somebody else, right? And if you are relying on your own shit, with me being as an indicator, using me as an indicator, you'll be able to do it. I majority of the time take trades in front of you guys. Majority of the time. Sometimes when I'm in doubt, I take them on my aggressive account and you don't see it. And that's exactly when those moves complain. You did not execute that trade in front of me, so there's no transparency. What do you mean? I just called it with a specific entry, stop loss. So I don't even bother to explain to the signal bots. They will leave today or tomorrow because they won't get what they're waiting for, what they want to see. Me quitting their 9 to 5, not gonna happen if you just rely on my signal. But if you see the chart the way I see, trust me when I'm not trading.
Okay, entry trigger ஆயிடுச்சு.
So it's pushing higher.
16 handle.
Is it in macro? Yes, mate. Check out my macro channel to get the time. Every hour there's two macros, 20 to 40 and then 50 to 10, mate. So check out this channel here. There's a SMT with ES. Where? I don't see it there. What SMT are you talking about? We have a bearish SMT with ES. That's what I see. We reached at 50% of ES, but we did not do it on NQ.
Okay. Stop loss hit.
I don't see
ஓகே.
any SMT.
ஃபெயிலியர்
What are you
ஆயிடுச்சு இந்த
talking about,
என்ட்ரி.
mate?
டெலீட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
I don't see it. Did you create your macros indicator on TradingBook view or paid someone to create it? One of my students made it for free. The way I see it, I don't need another clock to show me time, where I can literally see the time down there, 10:56, with big numbers, and then there's on the upside I can see as well. So why would I need an indicator to show me the time? Right? Macro is not a strategy, guys. It's just a time where we see the repetitive setup, right? I want to keep my chart as clean as possible. I don't have anything against those who are using it, but I don't like indicators at all on my chart. And there's no indicator on my chart. Everything you see, I draw it. We're getting a purge here, guys, towards buy side. So a bearish SMT likely will appear. And as I've said, the more they push higher now while keeping the lows intact, especially this one, you can be all bullish you want. I'm looking for shorts. I'm okay to be wrong, but I'm not okay to take a trade while there's so much liquidity below. And I love this purge again. I always love to see the more they're purging while keeping those liquidity just below. That's my type of market structure to trade. The same thing I expected at 9:30. Remember, I told you the more they push higher while keeping these targets below us, the more bearish I am, and I would love it more if they choose to push higher at 9:30. They did not, and I ended up missing their trade. So they're doing it here. They pushed higher. We'll keep the YAS chart next to us, and I'm very, very bearish here. Very bearish. This is, in my eye, manipulation just above the wick. Oh, is there SMT? Looking for reversal at first minute Fibonacci gap from yesterday. Where is it? Tell me the price level Desi trades. I don't know if I find it. Where is it? Anybody made an indicator for the first minute gap? Anyone know? For 9:30 gap, anybody made? It's strange that nobody made an indicator yet to plot the first minute 9:30 gap. What is it, Lineson? What is it? Let us know. It's easier if just the indicator plots it for us. 23,520, 23,258-ish level. 258-ish level. Possible, but still too far. But let's wait to see what price does, right? Use ChatGPT to create script for trading views. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, I think it shouldn't be too difficult, but I didn't know how to do it. Chia. After it does give me a script how to make it an indicator. Tell me the shortcuts. I probably will do it. It lines up with OTE. Yeah, that's good. That's even better than before. Let's put our fib here. So there it goes. 0.6 to 0.79 is aligning with the first minute gap. Also, can I ask what to do here? ChatGPT.
இன்னைக்கு ஓவராலாக பார்த்தா நமக்கு என்ட்ரியே கிடைக்கல. இது ஒரு ஸ்டாப் லாஸ். நம்ம இந்த இன்வெர்ஷன் பார்த்தோம். இது ஒன்று ஸ்டாப் லாஸ். ஆக்சுவலாக நம்மளோட வியூ எல்லாம் ஓகே தான். ஆனால் மார்க்கெட்டை நம்ம பிஃபோரவே சொல்லியிருந்தோம், ஒரு 1/2 hour 40 minutes வந்து கன்சல்டேஷன். ஆனால் அதுக்கப்புறமும் மார்க்கெட் வந்து ஃபுல்லாக கன்சல்டேஷன் பண்ணி தான் போயிட்டுருக்கு. ஆனால் இது ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி, இது ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி, இது கூட ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி தான். மூணுமே ஒரு ட்ரெண்ட் லைனாக வரும். ஸோ இது எல்லாமே எடுக்க தான் வாய்ப்பு அதிகமாக இருக்குது எனக்கு பார்க்கும்போது. ஆனால் இங்கே ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு கன்ஃபர்மேஷன்
Bro
கிடைக்கணும்.
is telling
பேர்ஜ்
me to do
மீன்ஸ் ஒரு
both.
லிக்விடிட்டி
What
ஸ்வீப்
the hell?
நடந்து கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கிடச்சிச்சுன்னா நமக்கு இது ஃபஸ்ட்டு
Oh my
டார்கெட் இது
god, Grok
அண்ட்
is
இது
more smart than
இன்னைக்கு
me.
லோவெல்லாம்
He
டார்கெட்
first
சூப்பராக நம்ம
told I'm not a
பண்ணலாம்.
financial advisor
கன்ஃபர்மேஷன்
and
ஒன்றும்
then
கிடைக்கல.
gave me
ஸோ ஸ்டில்
analysis
வெயிட்டிங்
for
தான்.
both. Buy, do this if it does this and then short it. No, give me one side. Come on. Tell me one side direction. Short or long. Can you do it? I see short. Based on the current chart near the support level around 23,230, the recent downtrend, a cautious approach would lean towards short. If the price breaks below this support with strong bearish momentum. Yeah, he's saying short. From where? Can it get that specific? Well, I see the short already. Do I need Grok to tell me? Nope. 23,230. Where is it? Oh, it's telling me to short now already. Damn. But do I care? Say percentage probability for each scenario. What's the percentage? What's the probability of winning here? Let's see. What's the probability of winning this short?
நேத்தோட கேப்பையும் மார்க் பண்ணிப்போம். ஏன்னா நேற்று
let's measure my risk. The trade is coming to me. One con, nice risk. Nice risk inside macro as well. Ready to lose, guys. I can't provide an exact probability of winning a short position. Damn. They trained AI well. It's not gonna give you a signal. You're just choosing to be on the correct side. If you say both sides, you're gonna be correct, I guess. Oh shit. The recent sharp decline suggests bearish momentum, but the proximity to support introduces uncertainty. Reversal is also possible. Grok is pouring doubt in me. Grok saying everything that I don't want to listen from my emotional mind. Grok is the emotional mind. Yeah, AI is not the thinking mind. AI is the emotional mind. Damn. So that's why I think they will never be able to make, automate trading. People have been trying it. Like a bot will trade for you. That's never going to happen because of the ever-changing unique price behavior, right, guys? If it was about the pattern, everybody would just make money here. But it is not. And a bot or an indicator can never recognize the change in behavior. It can just plot the pattern, but nothing else. Right? Could you post your trading desk setup? Yes, mate. Hedge on 2 of your accounts. Grok is smart. Nope. It's not gonna work. Both side market knows anybody can do both side and then make money. So it's not gonna do long-term anything. And that's the problem. That's why majority of the people lose, because they are not looking for consistency. They're looking for a big winning W. Now, if I post this, right? If I post this on Twitter, this post will get 100K 101. This one gonna get only 10K views. So it shows you why 95% people fail, because again, nobody looking for consistency. They just want to win one trade, change their life, and then do the same thing again, get lucky, make a big payout, and then go home and chill. Well, not exactly similar to yesterday's price action, but
இந்த
it
இன்வர்ஷன்
is
எஃபிஜி கூட பார்க்கலாம்.
in a way similar, right? Yesterday we did not chop too much, but we look at the resistance.
கீழே ஏதாவது க்ளோஸ் வச்சுச்சுன்னா நமக்கு செல்
That's exactly
பார்க்கலாம்.
what happening. So
இதுக்கு
probably we
மேலே
get a
பார்க்கறது
setup
கொஞ்சம்
either
ரிஸ்கியாக
at
தான் இருக்குது. பார்ப்போம்.
1120 or at 1150 like yesterday. the more they push higher, I'm more bearish. It's just me, the way I trade or the way I see price. I don't have to know from where they are reversing. I can just potentially mark the key level. But what I know, while keeping these equity pools, if they purge more, the more bearish I am. The same thing repeated at 9:30. I see the similarities. Look at this chop, and now come back. Look at the 9:30 chop. Fair value gap there on the higher time frame. Now we have a lower time frame gap. Chopped a little bit, time distortion. All of this time distortion. Correct time was 9:30. So all we have to do, keep this time distortion, wait for the correct time. You never know when price will do it, but we have an idea. The first lunch macro 11:20 to 40, or the next one.
இங்கே ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்லணும்னா நமக்கு ஒரு கிளியரான ஒரு பேர்ஜ் கிடைக்கல. ஒரு ஸ்வீப் வந்து ஸ்வீப்பு தான் ஆக்சுவலி, ஆனால் அந்த பவர் இல்லை. மீன்ஸ் ஒரு ஸ்லோவாக போய் இப்படி இருந்தாலே 50-50 சான்ஸ் மாதிரி தான். போகலாம், போகாமல் இருக்கலாம் 50. ஆனால் நல்ல ஒரு பேர்ஜ் கொடுத்து நல்லா ஒரு வந்துட்டானா மார்க்கெட் போயிடுவான். அதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து இங்கே நம்ம பார்த்த ஸ்மாலாக டைப் போனால் தெரியும் கிளியராக.
And again, this gap looks more high probability. So right now, as it pushed a little bit higher, I don't have to wait for a breaker to activate. If it goes below the fair value gap, I'm taking it. I see my edge there already. I see the short already, and all of the push higher, there's no SMT anymore. This level looks like where price will end the manipulation. So that's market accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution lower. I just don't want to see one thing. They're keeping an equal high or any opposing target. If they do it, doesn't matter how high probability it looks, I cannot allow myself to execute on it. Right? So I'm gonna no more that. This is what I want to see. At least that much price reaching 6,324 on ES. And this is the gap from where we'll choose to take a short. So one more purge, then we go below this, retest to it. That's exactly when taking the entry and targeting this low. Clean 2R price is even offering us something better than before. Before it was a 101 with this target. Now it's a full 2R. Are there any good YouTube videos that you learned how to set up your trading desktop, set up Hydra, anyone? Nope. It just, I think having multiple monitors helps me a lot. I don't like to go through, different time frame like this. I just want to put hourly time frame on one monitor, 4-hour one monitor, then 50-minute another monitor, and yeah. But you can trade with one single laptop. That's how I started. And I made my first, I quit my 9 to 5 while trading on one screen. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Patience pays. It's me in first peak lol, 1 hour. Yeah, you just want to get the dopamine hit, right? I talked about it yesterday. I talked about it today. Everybody's addicted to dopamine hit. You are not addicted to taking a trade, bro. You are just addicted to how it feels after you win a trade, and you just want to get that same effect again and again and again. Right? It's too hard. As I've said, 11 is the majority of hours limit. After that, it's too hard to just not do anything, and we just want to do something, and we start praying, come on, the trade, come on, let me show it, come on market, show it to me. And if it's not showing it to you, it just end up executing and then breaking your rules. If you don't do it, that's progress. Look, I'm not doing it. Is it because I don't want to take a trade? No, it's because my edge is not there, and it's because I believe it's gonna be there tomorrow. It was there down here, so the problem is with me. Why did I not see the trade below here? So that's what I should journal, tape read, and work on this thing. What was the reason that this long I avoided price? Use fair value gap, daily fair value gap to get support. There was SMT below, there was a breaker block, there was a fair value gap. So the pattern is not the thing. Where price formed it after inside a daily gap. So whenever in future trading inside a daily gap, this is the type of reaction I'm looking at. And then zooming out, majority of the people just gonna screenshot this. No screenshot whatever happened prior to it. These gaps were a signature for reversal. I did not understood it while it was down there. That was my mistake. But again, if you're not learning from the mistake, you're just gonna repeat it again, right? So these gaps were the signature. We trade into the daily fair value gap, and then this pattern appeared. So next time, if it's something like this, we trade into a gap, we'll be looking for this. But if we are doing this at all-time high, we chop. We do this. But if there's a gap on the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart, we end up repeating this. Right? So I believe if I go through my cycle, if I go to my journal, I'll find the same exact scenario that I probably used to take a trade before, but I did not see it now. Again, another push. I was a bit worried if they're activating the inversion now because I didn't have a trade if they did it. But now looking back, it's looking even better. Another purge, come on. A lot of equal highs. That too much of equal high, it needs a purge. So the accumulation phase is gonna be like this. And our target, our highest probability target is this low, 23,157. We are, yes, purged. No, that's not enough. Look, so much, too much of devil's mark. Again, there should be no opposing liquidity, or I guess you have seen me trading enough. So this is too much. Again, it doesn't matter to me how high probably the setup looks. If there's opposing target, I'm okay to miss it. I'm okay if it reaches my TP, but I'm not okay to execute while they're just up there. And if it's not just on the NQ chart, if it was just on the NQ chart and ES had nothing like this, I'd have executed. But what I can do is tape read. This is a without a purge up there. This is B plus. Why did I took that trade? This was A plus. I cannot take this trade even on my aggressive account because it's B plus. Why? It has opposing target. It has a SMT. That's why I'm giving a plus there. But the SMT is not enough. Yeah, 1120 likely, James. 1120. Let's wait. I'm not even gonna mark the SMT because not high probably in my eyes. So if we end up doing this long, because we have target, we left targets higher. But I don't want to see the doing it. Third week usually is my slow week on stream. First 2 weeks we just went on fire. There were trades everywhere. Every day there was a trade. Every day there were multiple trades, and we own trade every single day. Last week we took only 1 L. The week before that we took, I guess, 1 L. There were break-even trades, but first 2 weeks of the month usually goes very well for me. Third week where I take most of the losses, slow, and then fourth week again back on the cycle works very well for me. So to understand it, go through
க்ளோஸ் வைக்கல ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்ல போனால்
You'll find it in the journal
ஆனா
channel.
விக்கு
Watch
மட்டும்
the
தான் வந்திருக்கு.
third
பார்ப்போம்
week
என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னு. ஒரு
or
இதோட எல்லோ
if
மஞ்சள்
my
கலர்
third
ஆக்கிக்கலாம்.
week is
அப்பதான் கொஞ்சம்
profitable,
கிளியரா
then
இருக்கும்.
watch fourth week how that is.
எஸ்எம்டி நடந்திருக்கு. இந்த ஹை பிரேக் பண்ணல. ஆனா இந்த ஹை பிரேக் பண்ணியிருக்கு. ஸோ
And you will see the
என்ட்ரி
difference.
பார்க்கலாம்.
Damn,
ரிஸ்கி
very
தான்.
tempting. Very, very, very tempting here, guys. That's exactly what I plan to do. That's exactly what I plan to do. So again, I'm not taking it on my aggressive account. It's not A plus. I cannot execute. So just gonna tape it this one. Right, this is a B plus. But if I was taking this trade, I would do it like this. Right. Tape reading. I have no position open here. Tape reading this shit. Very tempting, honestly, but again, I know this tempting feeling. Emotional mind is talking. You want to get that dopamine hit. You want to take it. What's missing to be a plus? Put in the work. Cubes. Go through my recorded stream. Watch my W trades, and you will understand. You will not just the macro. The time is not aligning 11:17, but also the fact that it has liquidity above. Right, that's the warning sign up there. But for you, my advice will be to go through my recorded streams. There's a lot, 1.5 years of archive on Discord alone, then another 1.5 years on YouTube. If you have time, go through it. Watch how I grow since 2023 in terms of trading. And if you are patient enough, watch how I turn out to be consistently profitable in all of every month I've been streaming. I had no red months. Since the very beginning of the day I started streaming, I had red weeks. The last red week was on March 3rd week. This is a B plus trade, and you will see why I told you guys that this is a B plus trade. It doesn't matter how tempting I feel. That's emotional mind talking. I've experienced enough those talks. I'm not gonna choose to execute in any scenario if there's liquidity above. Who executed this trade? Who did? Reply +1. At least be honest. At least be honest if you did it. Right? So now you will end up hoping for the trade. When I take a trade, there's no hope. It's just all based on me following the rules and technical. But look at the hope now kicking inside you. So much hope. You are praying literally for this trade to work, because everybody else is just waiting for this purge to happen. So probably hope will work, but long term, it doesn't. So guys, aim for consistency, right? I don't have anything to say on this trade because again, I don't know how much profitable you are. If you made enough, this loss not gonna hurt you. But again, consistency. This is an easy loss to avoid. This is a loss that I saw before even giving the entry that it's a loss. Let's say we are in macro. Is it still B plus because of the equal highs? Yes. Yes, mate. To figure out how I decide or how I grade the setup, you have to go through my recorded live stream. Go through it. You have to put in the work. I know you don't want to do it because you believe strategy is the holy grail. No, different setup. Not every setup has the same way to decide if it's a plus or not. I don't use the same thing in every setup. It's unique for every setup. Like here, it's low probability because there's no purge, right? There's no equal highs. Sorry, there's no purge. There's a lot of equal highs, so that's why. And we still need a purge. Come on, why are we dropping now? Damn, it's looking like long. It looks like they want to do long, guys. So it really matters which side they're purging first. If they keep this accumulation phase and they drop into these lows, it's long. It irritates your eye. Why? It's not irritating my eye. I know it's chopping. I know what I'm waiting for. Probably you are in a trade and that's why it's hurting you. Or probably you were thinking always about money to make money, that's why it's hurting you. Or probably you lost too much. Right? These are the three reasons that hurt the why hurts trading to me. If my position is too big, I ended up taking a big loss. It doesn't matter how professional I am, I lose my shit and I end up suffering. I never suffer if I'm losing enough that I can afford to lose. I'm talking about TE3 more profile picture. Bro, are you racist? Because that's what it sounds like. Bro is smiling and then using that picture as a profile picture. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Bro likes it, likes him being smiling and then he made a profile picture. Why are you being so judgy here? Oh my god, people are funny. But that's good. Trading is becoming boring, and boring trading gonna make you millionaire. That's what IGT says. That's what goes back to mentor saying. So it's good, right? See, boringness getting to people. Boringness getting to people. Too much chop. Too much chop. I'll be here until 12, guys. Yesterday, trade showed up at 11:50 macro, and the scenario was exactly looking like this. So I'm patient enough to wait. I don't know how many of you are. And I'm also okay to not take a trade by being patient so much. Let's see. Let's see now. If we close today with no trades, I just can't imagine how people will end up suffering because the majority of the people missed that short. That was the best trade of the day. They missed it. They saw me taking it. They're paying me to take trades with me, and then they missed it because I took it in another monitor. Didn't even tell them, bro. Imagine that suffering. I'm not talking about all of you. Not all of you, but those who are, that's exactly what they're doing. I know they're taking this, that's why they're showing you guys after I do it sometimes to make you think. Probably I take a important trades on Sunday. I take only those trades that are at plus. I never execute plus trades. If the risk is too much, like on this one, I felt too much emotional. That's what I'm executing alone. The risk you found, but again, everything was called. You have to make your own decision. Okay? Maybe that's not easy, bro. Maybe, but maybe you. That's exactly what you were. Then I shouldn't have missed it. Everything was inside macro. 940 the last minute. 940, 30 seconds. You give the signal. Probably I never execute on the 30 seconds. So again, the blame is on me. No. Blame is always on me. I wanted to give us the trade. We want the token again. Right? If we win this trade, everybody's gonna hold. Go home. Down here. If you don't take this trade, a lot of suffering is gonna happen. But that's good pain of suffering. Or I should say pain of discipline. It's chopping. It's not gonna do the move. 10 a.m. Trying to remember what happened yesterday. Yesterday we went to yesterday the 12 o'clock started ticking. We started trending. Again, yesterday's scenario. Here, this one. So it was 11:15. Not this one. This one. Where is it?
என்னடா போன நடிகர் நல்ல உங்களுக்கு
for the most, I think more than 2 years, I used the same laptop, and then we started doing create more screens. No way, bro. This is getting too bored, too boring right now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait though. 11:50. Let's see. Very nice setup. The first one is where the legends are born. Yes, the picture where you see only one laptop with a notebook. That's me watching ICT's lecture in 2022. I think at the beginning of 2022, 2016 internship, and I was taking notes on my paper. I put in a lot of work, bro. Unlike a lot of you, I put in so much work, and I believe that's why I'm successful. I put in correct so many enough hard work with the correct person, not with the person who was teaching me. So between my basic 1 year, and with ICT, everything was correct information, and it just clicked in a short time. It just clicked. Just like this, it will click one day for you as well, and everything for that. But out of the secret bullet why I go, that's why it's good to take photos. $1,000, nice profit, nice profit. I made $200 in the last trade at this point. So you guys ended up making more than the majority of you. That's good. That's good. Starting out from an iPad, humble beginner. We all had humble beginners. And also the last picture, if you look at it, it's in my college, in my university. I was going to take a degree in finance, but I ended up not doing it. And on my class, I was still looking for trades, but my mates were uh, learning. At that time, I was not profitable. And everybody believes I'm just never going to be who I wanted to be. Nobody even wanted to learn trading at that time. Even my best friend in class, he saw me doing it, but he found no interest in this. He always said he's gambling. And after they saw the result, majority of my friends and people who saw my success, what was their response? 100% of them, they did not want to learn, they just wanted me to give them signals. And I was like, no, that's not how it works. Right? That's exactly what people do once you become the same, once you get to the same success level as me, or the success level is you are aiming for, that's the response you get. Majority of people are going to be jealous. Even your best friend will end up being jealous, and they will never ask you to teach it to them. Right? That's what something they will never ask. They're extremely jealous. Everybody gonna be jealous. Because trading brings a success rate that people just can't handle the jealousy. You are printing so much. Their 1 year of work in a month, it just brings jealousy in them. Alright, I guess our trade is coming. Only people who I found not being jealous of my success are my parents and my siblings, my wife. Everybody else, even a single bit, were jealous. And then nobody asked me to learn or teach them. 100% everyone single was, if you can do it successfully, then I'm just going to copy paste your trade. And I'll be successful as you. That was everybody's response. Alright, it's coming, guys. It's coming. Alright, enough talk. Let's focus on the trade and execute from here. Ready to lose? Are you ready to lose? I'm ready to lose. Whatever I can afford to lose. One con, $406. Alright now. All I want to see going into this small inflation trade, these are bigger long. And Yeah, I'm ready to lose because losing is inevitable. Winning is not guaranteed. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but I do know I'm gonna lose. But it's just painful to listen for the majority of people. Right? Why are you saying we're gonna lose? Why are you not saying we're gonna make money? That's a shifty mindset that you have if you spend enough time with me. Complete shift in your mindset, the way you think, by looking at these price. Loss is inevitable. I'm ready to lose $400 a year. It's getting to my subconscious mind. So once I use it, I'm not gonna go and do eventually. I'm not gonna go and try to make what I lost right now because again I'm reminding myself, yes, we can, if not today, tomorrow, but if we lost tomorrow, or the day after, but losses are inevitable. I will end up losing 20-30% of my trades every month, so that's comfortable. Just like I want the winning trades to come to me, same losing trades to come to me. And what the hell? You ended up getting support again? Bro, just testing your predictions in the guys. NQ is testing again. It's gonna drop. And mark my words, when it drops, it will not be that good.
ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்லப்போனால் இந்த ஏரியாவில் வந்து நமக்கு நல்ல ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி ஃபார்ம் ஆயிருக்கு. இங்கே தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இப்போ தெரியும் இந்த ஏரியா இது வந்து சூப்பரான ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி ஏரியா. அண்டு இது வந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் லாஸ்ட்டு டிபெண்டு. எப்படி பார்த்தாலும் இந்த டபுள் பாட்டம், இந்த ரிலேட்டிவான ஒரு லோ வந்து மார்க்கெட் எடுக்க வரும். பார்ப்போம் எவ்வளோக்கு எவ்வளோ மேலே போகுதோ அவ்வளோக்கு எவ்வளோ செல்லுக்கான சான்சஸ் அதிகமாகவே இருக்குது.
I'm not tired of looking at the chart. Honestly, I'm tired of just sitting on my chair. Right? Sitting for too long. I should buy a standing desk, I guess. Anyone using a standing desk? I think that's better, you know, when you feel like you're bored by sitting because yeah, that's something that I do standing desk. Is the best? Yeah, I think I should buy one. Because I'm feeling very bored, not by looking at the chart, but by sitting down. And my desk is not movable.
பார்ப்போம் இன்னொரு 20 மினிட்ஸ் வெயிட் பண்ணுவோம். அதாவது யூஎஸ் டைம் 12 இப்போ 40 ஒரு 20 மினிட்ஸ் பார்த்துட்டு அப்பயும் இப்படி தான் பண்ணுச்சுன்னா ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிட்டு நாளைக்கு உட்கார்றது தான் பெஸ்ட்டாக இருக்கும். பார்ப்போம்.
I got just a frame below. Okay, it sounds better to just buy it. Paired with this mentor. What if I just focus too much on chart and then I end up falling down? That ever happened to New York? Putting a trend. How did that work? I'm looking for trades and then I'm running or walking. I don't know anybody doing it. Well, it's not gonna work with trading. I can easily 10K steps while I work. Really? Subconsciously walking. Probably it will work if you drop the speed to too low. Right? What's your speed when you're walking? For me, I usually exercise on 3.0. I usually walk on 3.8 to 4.2. That's my walking exercise. Running is like 4.5 to 5. On treadmill, I'm talking about the speed. 3 is slow, 3.5 I guess. But I never tried it. Probably that's gonna work. You don't wanna use that cause mind using your dentist soon. Yeah, likely. It's not wise to walk maybe if you're watching movie. I think the same. Because sometimes we're too focused on the chart, Which car do you drive? I don't drive any car. I drive a bicycle. You drive a bicycle? You're not kidding. I'm kidding. I'm driving since 2000. I have not changed it. I'm driving since 2022. My 2022 Mustang. That's it.
ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത്
I'm planning to move in 5 years. So all I'm gonna do
ഈ ഓട്ടം രണ്ടറ്റം കൂട്ടിമുട്ടിക്കാനുള്ള ഓട്ടം
is doing it to buy gas cast. So gas tax.
ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. ഞാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിടയ്ക്ക് ബജറ്റ് ഹോളിഡേസിന്റെ ഒരു പാക്കേജ്
A lot of tax. Canada is beautiful. Like one of the most beautiful countries.
மார்க்கெட் அகைன் வந்துட்டு க்ளோஸ் வச்சிருச்சு. ஆனால் அகைன் போயிடுச்சு. பார்ப்போம். ஸ்டில் இதுதான். ஓகே, இன்னைக்கு நம்ம இந்த லைவை வைண்ட் அப் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஒன்றும் மார்க்கெட்டு ரொம்ப ஒரு வால்யூம் இல்லாத மாதிரி தான் போயிட்டுருக்கு. ஸோ நாளைக்கு பார்க்கலாம், புதன்கிழமை, வெட்னஸ்டே. ஓகே.